everybody, my name's Minhua. Today I read body part of giraffe. Well, do you know the body part of the giraffe? The giraffe is famous for its long neck, right? It's really long for us, right? Comparing to us, it's just really long. Well, today we will discover about body part of the giraffe. And some facts about those giraffes too that I've searched for. Okay, well let's get started. Well, from the top to the bottom as usual. First is short, hairy horns. Well, first it has horns above, but its horns are not kind of like hard as goats or other animals' horns, right? But it has short and also hairy horns here. It was hairy. It was furry, okay? Next, it's coming to its ears. Its ears is up like this, just like a cat, right? Okay, well that's the E part. Here you go. Here are the ears. And coming to the next part is the eyes and the nostrils, and of course the mouth. Well, those are the common parts that nearly every animal needs to have. Those ears, eyes, mouth, and nose, right? Coming to the next part is the mane. Well, the mane can fall from the head of the giraffe to the top of the back of the giraffe, right? That's a lot of offs. That's a mane. Well, a mane, usually it will follow that it's usually pretty furry. Right before a giraffe, it's not. That's kind of furry. Next is its pattern coat. Well, if you look all over the giraffe, you can see those giraffes have those patterns on it, right? They have patterned coats. It looks very different from each other's animals, right? Okay, and it has very long neck. Why do it have a long necks? Well, we'll talk about it later in our next part, but it has really long necks. It eats the big trees and the big leaves of ants. Okay? Next, it has long tails. It has long tails, right? Its tails are pretty long. Usually there's a tall top here, right? This is the fur at this part. Okay? Well, that's a tail top. Not tall. A tail. Okay, well, it also has long, thin legs. 4 long, thin legs around it. And on its legs are hooves. And they're very powerful and they're usually very sharp and also very sharp. Those are its hooves. Well, we've talked about the body part of okay, well, let's read again those body parts. Short, hairy horns, those horns of it. It's not hard, but it is just short and hairy. Next is ears, eyes, nostrils, the nose, mouth. Next is the mane. The mane is from its head to the top of the backs. Okay, next is a long neck. And a pattern coat. It has patterned, right? It has a long tail. And on its tail is a tail tuft. That's really sad. It has long thin legs with powerful hooves. Okay, well that's body part of giraffe. Let's look at some facts. Why do giraffes have long necks? Well, giraffe have long neck is because you see, giraffe just eats the leaves up on the trees, right? Well, if it's short like us, how can it reach a big tree to eat? That's a big problem. Well, the reason it needs those big neck is to reach up to those trees so that it can eat. That is called adapted. Adapted means to change or to stay in different forms to live and to be living in this habitat. Well, adapt is really important. Different animals will have different adaptations. Well, giraffe have adaptations. It adapts to its habitats around. It just lives in places where there's big trees, and it just eats those trees there. If it has long neck, it can't. If it has long neck, it can eat a lot of leaves. That house is adapted to those habitats around it, right? Well, giraffe adapts. Do any other animals adapt? Yes, nearly everything in the world adapts. Even we, people like us, right? We adapt it. We wear warm clothes if the weather is cold. We wear short clothes or maybe thin clothes when the weather is hot, right? We wouldn't want to wear thick clothes when it is hot. That's a way that we can adapt. We can also adapt kind of like tomorrow is a sport event. We need to wake up earlier. We wake up earlier. That's a way we can adapt too. Well, different changes in our life are adapt. And if we can change into that form, we have successfully adapted. Okay? Well, that's adapt. What else? Giraffe needs to have a long neck so that it can adapt to its habitat. Okay? Well, I have taken a very, very long time to explain about adapt. Do there's any more facts about giraffe? Well, when a giraffe is bored, when it stands up, it can stand for nearly 1 hour. With all of those big legs, big bodies, it can still think its 10 legs and just even when it is born, right? And it can even stand for nearly 1 hour. That is very powerful for giraffe. A giraffe is also the tallest mammals in the world. And somebody has said that some giraffe can even rise to 5.5 meters. That is even nearly 4 to 5 times an adult like my father or maybe your father. Ask and do some multiplications. Think about that. The giraffe is many times bigger than your adults, right? Even a full-grown main adult can still not be tall as a giraffe. The giraffe is the tallest kind of mammal. Well, I want to ask, how many hours do we sleep one day? You maybe answer 7, 8, 9, or maybe 10, right? That is how we sleep from the age of maybe 5 to 13, right? Or sleeps. Usually adult will sleep the 7 to 8. We'll just say it is 8, okay? We sleep for 8 hours a day. What about a giraffe? A giraffe, it just needs from 10 to 2 hours of sleeping. It just needs those to have the right energy to sleep, right? And for me, I even sleep for 10 hours a day because I will usually take a nap in the afternoon. Well, that's why I sleep for even 10 hours, right? Just nearly like that. Well, those giraffes just needs to take 10 times smaller than my mouth. But it's also bigger than me and also much more powerful than me. How can this happen? I don't know the answers. Maybe you do, maybe you share. Okay, well, giraffes can just need a very short time to take a sleep. Or maybe we just say it's a nap, right? Because it just sleep for nearly 1 hour. We should say it's a nap. It's better than a sleep. Well, giraffes have they have a really long amount of length of the tongue. Well, my tongue is kind of like from 5 to 8 centimeters long. What about yours? I can't even touch in this part. How can I touch their nose? What about a giraffe? Can it touch its nose? It can even touch its eyes. Are you serious? A giraffe is much more bigger than us, but it can even touch more than its eyes. How is that impossible? It's impossible for a giraffe. No, it isn't. It is possible. Even it's just a small challenge to it. Well, a giraffe has a very long tongue, even longer than the frog. Well, the giraffe has kind of like just about 25 centimeters long tongue. That's really long. Yeah, I believe that's nearly a half of a meter. Yeah, that's right. That's really tall. Well, a giraffe usually have a long year life. It lives for 25 years long. That's really long. Not long as us, but longer than most mammals, right? Like some cats, they will just live about 10 to 15 years old, right? Those giraffes takes 25 years old. Well, today we've talked about the giraffe. You know, giraffe is real big, but it's also real peaceful. And it doesn't hurt anybody. You can just go to the zoo and visit it. It's really beautiful, right? But be careful. Go and take some bladders if you want to reach to it, right? Because it's really, really tall. Now, baby, when you stand near to it, you are just even 1/3 of the giraffe's legs, or maybe even smaller. Well, you have imagined how big giraffe is. Well, remember, giraffe is very beautiful, also very powerful. So remember, take care of those animals. They really, really, really special. They have make or life in their nature to be a lot more beautiful. Thank you. A heart for you.